The big headline from Canada will impact students, foreign students. Canada has announced a new cap or limit to their entry. Intake will be cut by almost 35%, and this is applicable for 2 years. They will allow fewer foreign students to enter Canada. Why? To ease the pressure on the country's housing market. Housing in Canada is becoming unaffordable, and experts blame it on the spike in immigration. Last year, there were 1 million international students in Canada, out of which 37% were Indians. Now, the government plans to cut down their numbers. So how will this new cap work? And how will it impact Indian students? If you're planning to study in Canada, this next report is a must-watch for you.
Canada is a top destination for foreign students. There's affordable education, a high quality of life, low cost of living, and multiple job options. In 2023, there were over 1 million international students in Canada. But this year, the country has a different plan. It's capping the issue of student visas, almost by 35%. How will it work? The visa cap is a temporary one. It will last for 2 years. Canada can issue 364,000 student visas in 2024. Each province will be allocated a portion of that. This will be decided by 2 factors: the population of the area and the current student intake. Provinces will then decide how to divide them among colleges and universities. So, what are the other new rules? Canada will also set a limit on postgraduate work permits. Earlier, it was easy to get them, which is why many students preferred Canada. It was a simple path to permanent residency. But now, Canada is capping issuing of work permits. It's to encourage students to return to their home countries. So who will be eligible for these permits? People pursuing master's or postdoctorate programs can get them, but it will now only be for 3 years. Also, spouses of international students are no longer eligible. So why is the government cracking down now? Like I said, Canada is a popular destination for students, but that's led to a housing crisis. More students means a shortage in apartments, and that has pushed up the rents. They have risen by 22% in the last 2 years. Home prices too are almost unaffordable. They are at an average of $550,000. So, rented apartments are hard to find. Housing prices have skyrocketed. And all of this is impacting Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's popularity. Canada is going to polls in 2025, which explains the cap that's happening right now. But how will this impact Canada's economy? Canada has always had an open immigration policy. It's to fill up job vacancies and replace the aging workforce. Every year, international students contribute $16.4 billion to the economy. Canadian banks benefit from the influx of new students. That's because each student is required to have a GIC, or Guaranteed Investment Certificate. This is an amount of more than 20,000 Canadian dollars. It's to cover their living expenses. Plus, it would impact the businesses, especially the restaurants and retail sector. Students make up for 4.6% of the 1.1 million workers in the food industry. Many businesses have already warned about shortages. Now, how will this impact Indians? Indians make up for 37% of all foreign students in Canada. Around 320,000 Indians already live here on student visas. A cap will obviously impact intake. Getting a visa will be much harder now. Many Indian students will lose out on opportunities. While this may help Canada preserve its resources, it will have an impact on its position as a top destination for students and drive them to go and study elsewhere.